What's going on, guys? Chris Speed here. So in the last video on squats, we went over what the basic reasons are for all of us to actually squat, whether you're trying to develop a large squat to perform in powerlifting and weightlifting, or whether you're using it as a tool to reach a high level of performance, whether that's in some kind of aesthetic sport like bodybuilding or physique, or whether it's in, a performance-based sport or a team sport, whatever it is. So today we're going to go over one of the basic squats I think you need to build, and this is probably, I think, one of the most crucial ones that people will be most likely to ignore, and it's called the Asian squat, what are the other names for it? The third world squat, and I've heard it called something a little bit more fitting, which is the squat chair. So we're just going to go over what that actually is and how you're going to use it to develop better mobility, better joint health, better muscular function, and basically just be a lot more athletic and supple and functional because of it. Hey guys, I'm going to make this really simple. A normal performance squat, or the way we normally squat with a dumbbell in the goblet position or a barbell in whatever position we like, is to add tension to the movement in order to be able to produce more force, to get stronger, whether we're trying to hit someone hard in a rugby game, whether we're trying to sprint faster in another team sport game, or whether we're trying to lift more weights, whether it's in a powerlifting meet, or whatever athletic sort of endeavour it is you're involved in. This squat is going to be about helping you to reach the bottom of your squat in a more relaxed and less tense manner, so you free up more of your sort of total force output, so you can produce more force on the way up. So you're spending less energy dropping down and sitting into the hole, and so you have more energy to give on the way up. So a normal performance squat, which is what I would consider anything where you're focusing more on lifting the weight and standing up fast with a heavy load or a light load fast, wherever it is, and it's all about sort of maintaining your shape. So getting a good back shape, keeping the shoulders back, keeping sort of a good shoulder blade position, keeping the abs braced, and sinking down and maintaining tension. So it's here. So you're trying to find a position where you can keep tension in the hips, keep tension in the legs, keep tension in the back and the abs, so you can explode up and transmit that force through the bar or through the weight or through your body as best you can. The squat chair is going to be about doing the opposite of that. I'm going to try and actually relax into a position like this, where now here, I'm fairly mobile with my squat. I can sit quite upright like this, my elbows on my knees, and I can sit here for quite a while. But just to make sure we're actually opening up the tissue as much as possible, the full variation is either with an upright torso, or if you need to, here. So with the elbows just past the knees, try to rest into it, almost trying to hook your armpits on top of your knees and sink into a position where your lower back is starting to round over just a little bit so it stretches, and opening up the hips. And if you want to, you can even go like this. So instead of just going here or here, you can even put the elbows to the inside and just rest here with your knuckles on the floor or your palms on the floor. The idea is that by removing tension from this position, we can reach it easier without having to spend as much energy on squatting down, So then when we go to lift the weight up, we've got more energy to give for the important part of the squat, which is getting out the hole with the weight. So in order to build this position, I suggest 1 minute a day. Start with 1 minute a day of just sitting down here, and slowly add a minute every day, probably every week, maybe every 2 weeks. And just make sure 6 to 7 days a week you're in this position, spending some time down here. Whether you do it before your weightlifting sessions as a part of your warm down, do whatever you need to do. You can even have, like, let's say, a small box. If you've got a coffee table, you can smack your laptop on it and literally just sit here like this. If you need to, you can sit on your phone like this. If you need to, you can grab that coffee table, you can eat off of it while you're sitting like this. Whatever it is you need to do to spend more time in this position, because this isn't just going to make your squat better and make you squat more weight, make you squat faster, make you squat better. It's going to make your joints feel better so you don't wake up with aches and pains like most of us do every day. Hips forward, let's go up, 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 up.